Now, you told us last time you were on 2K TV that you were looking forward the most to playing Ty Debo, and now here you are in the championship round. The whole community is looking forward to it. What does that mean to you personally to play someone that you know and also play one of the best My Team players in the world?
I believe it's 100%.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. And David
Kevin, thank you. There is no...
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at small forward. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. George with no one around. Knocks down the 3-ball. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason? Or, in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change. And the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. Whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
Finney Smith kicks to Richardson. Pass to Finney Smith. Back to Richardson.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
Leonard looking over the floor. Mavericks with the rebound. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Well, the second unit came in last game and just played lights-out basketball. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
To the inside. Knocked loose. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Richardson. Porzingis on the follow.
Tough to match up with the length of Porzingis, and when he's floating around there, sometimes those rebounds are going to come up, and he's just too big to not get some.
Outside Leonard. Doncic with the steal. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. The rebound by Ibaka. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more. Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And it's Leonard missing. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Mavericks, Johnson, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Hardaway comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Out to Hardaway, stolen by George. Porzingis with the steal. Hardaway passes to Brunson. And Dallas again with the bucket.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
George passes to Zubac. The kick out to Williams. And again, no good by the Clippers. And the Mavericks with possession. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
Here's Doncic. He's coming off a 19-point game against Philadelphia.
I also thought he did a tremendous job in terms of timing in that game, swatting away some shots. Ended up with 3 blocks in that game.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of this.
Now, quiet is Kawhi Leonard, but don't let that mistake itself for a lack of competitiveness. He has that desire and drive to continue to get better.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. And then for Dallas, Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. And it's Powell in for James Johnson. Doncic dishes to Powell. Cauley Stein kicks to Hardaway. Just 5 to shoot. With the clock winding down, offensive rebound. Cauley Stein passes to Powell. Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Back to Zubac, out to Morris. Passes it to Jackson. The Clippers keep it alive. Nobody near Williams. The offensive rebound on the wing, Morris. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 3. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Cauley Stein. Luka Doncic out there with Dwight Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Hardaway in at the shooting guard position. Morris finds Williams. Kennard with the ball. Pass to Morris. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Kennard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Brunson against Williams. 6 feet out. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Zubac. It's good. This game is all even. Zubac has got his first bucket of the night.
He's so dangerous as a scorer. Lou Williams can recognize when there's openings. This time it was a teammate.
Here's Doncic. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Jackson kicks to Williams. Morris passes to Williams. Clippers moving the ball around. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Williams. Morris has got his first 3 points of the game. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Brunson against Williams. Back to Zubac. Williams kicks to Kennard. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Doncic outside. Now the pass to Cauley Stein. And no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road, take good shots, and knock them down with confidence.
Well, awesome to see in that last game how the motion in their offense didn't stop because they were in some hostile territory. Soft leaner with no one there to contest probably made it a little more difficult than he had to.
Kennard on the wing. Zubac finds Jackson, and the wide open shot from Morris, and it's off from three-point range. Here's Doncic. Williams with the defensive effort.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said is you can coach a lot of different ways. You can win a lot of different ways. But you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Here's Doncic, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Lou Williams. Los Angeles leading by 5. Outside Leonard.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
27 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. On the wing, Doncic. Richardson against George. A second chance effort. Pass to Finney-Smith. Now here's Kleber. Fires high post. Dallas no good that time either.
Well, he wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers heading to the bench. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They kept at it on both. And that...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Batum in at the 4. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Beverley, the pass to Ibaka. And that one is off. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Richardson kicks to Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. And they double up Doncic. And the shot goes down.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man, and he's more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
Beverley, the pass to Batum. George from deep three-point land misses the 3. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They haven't given up any points here in the second half, and that one drops for him.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
George dishes to Batum. Back to George. And stolen by Richardson. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on George.
Looks like Josh Richardson is always seeking a shot. This time looking for contact as well.
Kennard, he's checked in for George. And then for Dallas, Powell, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Batum passes to Kennard. To the middle, here's Ibaka. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there. And here we go. Coach's challenge on that goaltending call. Now, the coach didn't think the call was correct.
And with this type of goaltending review process, one thing to keep in mind is that the rule states, quote, in order to overturn the event as called on the floor, there must be clear and conclusive visual evidence that the call was incorrect.
And so, Greg, if via replay there is any level of ambiguity, it makes sense that the original ruling would stay. But in that event, the coach has used up his one and only coach's challenge for the game. So, as you can tell, a lot riding on when you choose to use it. And so the decision is in. NBA Replay Center has ruled, guys. The call stands on the goaltend.
And maybe the only downside is that you use up your one coach's challenge for the game. So if anything happens beyond this point, you might wish you had that back. Smart not to take any chances and give it another look on the replay. That's such a valuable safety net for the officials to have.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
Outside, Batum. Kennard finds Zubats. Inside. And that one is hammered home.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And the Mavericks making a change here. Johnson's checked in. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
And Batum kicks to Beverly. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And again, it's the Clippers missing. The Mavericks trailing. Ball's knocked loose. Zubats the pass to Kennard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Good on the shot. Beverly's got his first bucket in this one.
And Patrick Beverly can do that in close, finds a way to get that one up. And you know he likes to score. It doesn't happen a ton, but he loves it.
Ollie Stein finds Richardson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Mavericks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Batum. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. George way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. George has got 8 points.
Yeah, Paul George, no problem pulling up well behind the three-point line to knock him down.
Here's Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Williams kicks to Morris. They get a hand on it to the left side wing. To the middle. Hardaway passes to Richardson. Back to Hardaway. And stolen by Williams. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George will take those opportunities anytime he can get them. A nice dunk there.
Johnson surveying the floor. George against Richardson. Johnson goes in, and it's Johnson with the jam.
McCrafty getting into the lane. Johnson at his size weaves in and gets the contact and initiates it on the drive.
Morris kicks to Williams. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Clippers on top. They lead by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Right now is winning time.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Clippers leading by 5 on the floor for Dallas starting the 4th quarter here. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. Taken away by Williams. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Leonard's got the lead up to 7 outs for Los Angeles. And here is Doncic. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Out to Ibaka. It's George on the wing. Back to Ibaka. Now Leonard. Over in the corner, Williams. And stolen by Richardson. Here's Doncic. And 2 free throws coming up. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. Leonard finds Ibaka. Back to Leonard. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Really left alone that time. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Doncic against Williams. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Outside Williams. Kicks it out to Leonard for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both. But when it gets close, he's getting the ball.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Zubac. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. And Kleba slams it in.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Back to Beverly. Chalk up 2 there.
Beverly excellent at getting a bucket when the team needs it, stepping up that time.
1:57 left in the fourth. Beverly against Doncic. Back to Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Takes a 3. Doncic, no good. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And George with the stuff.
Paul George stepping up big time.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. A 2-point game. To the wing right side. Kleber kicks to Doncic. In the corner, it's Richardson. He's looking for Kleber and finds him. Basket counts. Kleber's got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
George dishes to Beverly. Down low, Ibaka. To the paint. Here's Batum. It falls!
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Doncic feeling it out. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in, and Dallas also making a switch. Hardaway's checked in. On the wing, George. Back to Batum. In the corner, George with it. Pass to Zubac. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Porzingis.
Yeah, easy call.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. Los Angeles making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in, and so making both free throws. That'll give them the lead here.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both in.
And Doncic, here we go. Count!
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Leonard finds Beverly to the inside. Money!
And they got a foul to give here if they need it.
Here's Doncic. Yes!
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 1. Just 4 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And this is it, guys. Down 1. They've got just enough time to work it around for a good shot, and it better be a good shot because it's the only shot they have.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're trailing by 1. 3 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
And I think they've had enough time to try and get the ball inside. And unless they get a wide open look on the perimeter, that should be what the focus is. Even if you miss at the...
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. So... The bustling city of Portland, Oregon. This is the backdrop for our broadcast setting tonight. Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action. Coming to you live on this Saturday night. And tonight, we'll see DA. It's all
Kevin, thanks very much. C.J. McCollum.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. And checking out some numbers for Luka Doncic.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. Lillard with no one around. Tips it up, and Covington stays with it.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
On the wing, Doncic, covered by Lillard. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Cantor, the pass to Lillard. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Trent passes to Jones. Just 4 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Lillard misses.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Dallas moving it around. And now Portland on the break. The shot from 20 feet away. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's Dallas the other way. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Good.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
To the middle. Here's Porzingis, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Pass to Trent to the wing on the left. Lillard looking around. Takes a shot at the elbow. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Here's Doncic. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Portland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Three-pointer, Lillard. Covington kicks to Jones. Pass to Lillard. There's the triple. The Trailblazers rebound. Three-pointer. Jones, no luck. The Mavericks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Finney Smith passes to Kleba. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's his first trip to the line. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Johnson comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Hardaway's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Hood, the pass to Simons. Powell with the steal. And they're on the break. Here's Brunson. It's blocked. It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
The shot by Cauley Stein, no good.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should be easy.
Hood finds Anthony. Cantor with it. And that one hits back iron. 1:21 left in the first quarter. Here's Johnson. Basket good. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. It's a three-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
And they had a hard time taking the lid off the basket. Their offense just looked flat.
While we've got a moment, let's now take a look at the teams that have the most second chance points on the season. In fourth, the Trailblazers.
One of the better rebounding teams in the league, especially on the offensive end. They never take that for granted in terms of whether the shot's going in.
55 seconds left to play in the first. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And it's Simons missing. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
They get it back. Passes to Brunson. Back to CLA Stein. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries again. The shot by Powell, no good. Trailblazers trail by 5. Covington into the lane. An easy 2 points on the layup.
I mean, you can't allow Covington to beat you on the drive. Given his athleticism, you have to clog up these lanes.
Hardaway passes to Brunson. Now CLA Stein. Outside Hardaway. Powell down low. Misses from short range. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Mavericks ahead. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Dave...
When I'm training in the summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
Yeah, I like the attitude they've shown coming in here. I mean, really applying pressure and trying to give this crowd nothing to cheer about.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, we've got Hardaway. James Johnson is out there with CLA Stein. Then it's Josh Richardson, and it's Brunson in at the point. Richardson outside. Covington with the steal. All alone, and the dunk by Covington.
Adept at using his length on defense. That's Covington. I mean, the moment you're careless around him, he strikes.
Here's Brunson. Got a hand on it, and they're able to recover. And they pick up 2. CLA Stein's got his first points of the night. Portland trailing here. And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Anthony right side. And a wide open look for Hood. Just 5 on the clock. Simons the pass to Canner. One-on-one fast break. Here's Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right. And that's severe punishment right there.
Oh, you're right. And I love the opportunistic approach. These kinds of hustle plays can be game changers.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for James Johnson. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. That one from long range. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Doncic with the bucket.
And despite those shooting problems in the first quarter, they have the lead and look like they're finally getting it together offensively.
To the left wing. Here's Trent. Richardson covering. Lillard outside. Jones looking for an opening, and Jones slams it home.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Now, Doncic. He's coming off a 19-point game against Philadelphia. And it's good, 2 points. Doncic has got 6 in the quarter.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Three-pointer, Lillard. The shot will not fall. And the Mavericks going the other way now. coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
I mean, and there's really no excuse for it. They know they need to play more in control.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
Outside Anthony, over in the corner, Lillard. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet. Lillard's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Trailblazers. Doncic outside. Here's Porzingis. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard dishes to Little, and it's Little finishing it off.
I like to see this Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the dunk by Doncic.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Trent can't hit. It's been all about Luka Doncic. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 12 points, 3 assists, and
in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through.
We've got Robert Covington, also Enes Kanter out there. Derek Jones is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the 2 spot. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
And it's Lillard missing.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Here's Kleba. Porzingis, and another shot. And Kanter pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 9. And the dunk by Covington.
Oh, the quick feet of Covington. He excels at getting out there on the break and finding ways to capitalize.
Doncic against Lillard. And Doncic throws it down.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Now here's Lillard. 7 points in the game. Jones, no luck.
Might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Lillard, and he uses the glass on the layup. Lillard's got 9.
Now, what more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother him.
Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. On the wing, Doncic. Defended by Covington. Back to Doncic. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
and they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, known for his unique personality, Cantor also remains a solid role player, someone his teammates enjoy playing with.
And when rookies come in, there's a lot to learn, especially managing money. And Chris, the league is trying to help players manage those large salaries.
Well, players have great resources now that are available to them, and so it's great that the league has lended a hand and said, hey, if you need any help, don't be afraid to reach out.
Here's Cauley Stein. It's blocked.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. But he's been making a better effort.
Outside Covington. It's Anthony with the drive. He dishes it to Cantor. Back to Anthony. And he banks in the layup. 6 points for him.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Johnson outside. Hood against Cauley Stein. And Brunson has it in the corner. And a miss there on the triple.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open 3 like that.
Up again, and Cantor able to finish. And now it's only a 5-point Maverick lead.
Now, that's the staple of Cantor's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
Johnson kicks to Brunson. A 3-ball. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Brunson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Out to Hood. Fires from deep. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Cauley Stein's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Hardaway. Sweet little floater. And it's a 10-point Dallas lead.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Got to appreciate how aggressive Cantor is on offense. I mean, it's what earns him trips to the line.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Powell's checked in. And Cantor drops them both. Here's Doncic. 22 points for him. And the pass to Brunson. Lays it up off the glass. Brunson's got 5 points so far.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Anthony on the wing. 46 seconds left to play in the third. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, that's almost a sure thing when you leave him that wide open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover.
Ill-advised pass on that one, guys. I mean, he had to know there was a man there in position to get that turnover. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Portland shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Jones is checked in.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half. The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
Out to Hood. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Shot clock at 5. Jones, the pass to Hood. With the tip. And Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got 8 points in the quarter.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. And offensively, a great show for the fans. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor right now, and folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Porzingis kicks to Richardson. Pass to Awandu. Porzingis inside, defended by Jones. That one goes in.
Gets it to him off the bounce pass. He gets the assist.
Right wing. And a deep three from Lillard. From beyond the arc and then some.
He logs his first 3 of the second half after nailing 2 in the first. They don't want to let this fella get going.
Porzingis inside. Working on Jones. And now Portland on the break. Here's Trent. Got a piece of it.
There's an intensity to Richardson's defense. He puts full effort into it. Loves being that thorn in the side.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Trent, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the first one at the line is good. Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers. Good on both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
In the corner, it's Richardson. Pass to Finney-Smith. Stolen by Cantor. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. A miss that time would have put him up, and Enes Kanter picks up a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Little, he's checked in for Derek Jones. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Richardson finds Porzingis, shoots over Lillard, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Robert Covington picks one up.
At 7'3", Porzingis is almost impossible to guard, especially when he's focusing on trying to score.
Doncic is checked in for the Mavericks.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs him.
Lillard outside to take the lead. The Mavericks pull it in. Doncic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Second chance shot. Richardson the pass to Doncic. 5 on the clock. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
And you want more of this from Doncic. He's good at reading shot trajectories. Love his aggressiveness.
Covington dishes to Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. Portland again missing. Mavericks leading by 4. Here's Doncic. Makes it off the glass. Doncic has got 14 points now in the second half.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Lillard the pass to Cantor. Here's Trent. Covington down low. Cantor trying to free himself up. Covington's shot is off. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They've led by as many as 11 points. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. Inside. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
Trent passes to Cannon. Three-pointer, Lillard connects from three-point range.
That's why you give Lillard the rock. When it's an important possession, you know he's going to rise to the occasion.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Down low, lets it go. Yes, that goes in. Porzingis has got 7 now in this quarter.
He's having a great night from the floor, and they're going to keep leaning on him, looking to grow the lead.
Lillard attacking.
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Doncic against Lillard. Up top, Porzingis. It's Richardson on the wing. Doncic outside. Over Lillard. And it's Doncic missing.
Oh, I thought that one was going to go down. Mid-range jumpers. Oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the deep playing soft like that.
There's 38 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard attacking.
And don't sleep on Lillard's vertical. When he's going strong to the bucket, he's capable of throwdowns like these.
And here's Richardson. Doncic outside. It drops.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
About as well as I could have.
You talked about this on your YouTube channel, that these games were a lot closer than the final outcome kind of showed. So for you, what do you think your key was to your success as a tournament?
I'm confident always, but I think the experience and then just my consistency on defense, right? Against defense to offense, I gave up.
Downtown Los Angeles. That's the location for the Mavericks. The Unicorn, Kristaps Porzingis, dialed in and ready to dominate. His team will be counting on him tonight as they get ready for game time at Staples Center. Mavs. Welcome to the NBA on. And we've watched a pretty interesting season unfolding in the Western Conference, guys. Let's check out the standings here. You take a look at Los Angeles. The season well underway, and they've been solid in third right now. And, of course, the Mavericks, 6.5 games behind them.
And, you know, for the Mavericks, they've been strong at times this season, but they still have some holes. I think they're a playoff caliber team. I just don't think they're a championship caliber team.
This has been the thought all along. They have enough to compete night in and night out, but they're not taking 4 out of 7 from a top team in this league. No way.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Caldwell Pope. And it's Gasol in at the center position. Free throw good, LeBron. Steve, one thing I always think of when I watch LeBron, how much fun it must be to be a teammate of his.
You know, Kevin, I wish I could have played with a guy like LeBron James. You get so many open looks and easy finishes with him on the court. One of the easiest superstars to play with, bar none.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Here's LeBron. It's deflected. Here's Doncic. And the layup's good off the glass. Doncic has got his second basket of the game.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
And the Lakers with another miss.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Big man coming through. Love whenever Porzingis puts his head down and just charges hard towards the basket.
Outside for Caldwell Pope. Schroeder dishes to Caldwell Pope. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And finished off by Gasol.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
I mean, beautiful execution of the game plan offensively. So far, they are hitting 80% from the field.
Pass to James. To the paint. Here's Gasol. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And now that we have some time away from it, Steve, how strange and wild were the NBA playoffs in the bubble?
You know, Kevin, having players see each other in hallways while going to battle later that night was definitely different. Spending that much time together. We'll eventually look back and view it as one of the most interesting times in the NBA history.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Horton Tucker's checked in. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. To the middle. Here's Gasol. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
We know he can shoot it from the outside, but I love to see Mark down there on the block.
In the corner, Hardaway with it. Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Gasol with the defensive effort. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Trailing by 2, fresh from a win against Portland.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejections.
This was their game plan going in. Make shooters uncomfortable by challenging every possible shot. A little undersized at the 4, but he can get off the ground.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. That's tipped. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Hardaway, no good. Lakers trail by 4. Here's Caruso. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
Just another part of what makes Gasol so special, the vision to locate the open man.
On the wing, Hardaway. Back to Johnson. There's the pass to Brunson. To the inside. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Some changes for the Lakers. Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. Morris comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And Dudley subbed in for James. Then for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Porzingis. And it's Powell in for Johnson. Here's Caruso. Brunson covering. Lock at 6. Dudley the pass to Horton Tucker. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
A beautiful bounce pass on the deck. He put it only where his man could get it.
On the wing, Hardaway. Passes it to Cauley-Stein. Now Brunson. Morris with the rebound. Here's Horton Tucker. Whistle blows if that's going to be a travel. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's Dallas up 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got Willie Cauley-Stein. Luka Doncic out there with Hardaway. Then there's Dwight Powell, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Offline with his 3. Last game for the Mavericks, it was a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
It's a catch-22. You want your guys attacking, playing with a sense of freedom, but not if it means a bunch of turnovers.
Hardaway finds Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Morris outside. Back to Schroeder. Doncic against Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Getting hit on the way up, the ability to finish in traffic might be Harrell's strongest attribute offensively.
And the energy of a guy like Montrezl Harrell can rub off on the entire team.
Yes, it can. GA, he plays with a high motor, generates steals, blocks, and deflections. He's active all over the court, and now we're seeing it on the offensive end as well.
Doncic kicks to Cauley-Stein. Powell with it, guarded now by Morris. Out to Doncic. The putback, it's good on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. The Lakers making a switch here. James is checked in. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Caldwell Pope passes to Harrell. It's rebounded by Doncic.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Caruso's checked in. Dallas also making some changes. James Johnson's checked in for Powell. Richardson comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Caldwell Pope kicks to Morris. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Yeah, defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
Now here's Doncic. He's covered closely. Kleber kicks to Brunson. Now, here's Doncic. He's coming off a 19-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Brunson, good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And Caruso's got the ball here for Los Angeles. 7-point differential. And stolen by Richardson. Doncic right side. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
All this means is he has to be careful. Don't want to pick up a cheapie. Oh, no, he didn't. Add that one to LeBron's highlight reel. How about the creativity in midair?
Brunson the pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Caldwell Pope kicks to Caruso. Morris passes to Caruso. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. And it's off from three-point range.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
And that one drops. Doncic has got the lead up to 11 now for Dallas.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
Here's LeBron. You know, he rips it and jams it right over Porzingis. Wow!
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. And Doncic throws it down.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Sinks the three-pointer. Caldwell Pope's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Los Angeles. Johnson, that's for 2. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. It's been all about.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He ended up with 17 points.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Schroeder in at the 1. That's the Laker 5. Caldwell Pope on the wing. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. The wide open look here for Kuzma. From outside, off the mark.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
And the former Utah Ute, Kyle Kuzma, can play either forward spot. Has a good blend, Smitty, of size and speed.
Yes, Kevin, but right now I prefer him at the 4. The reason why, he can stretch the floor, but he can tack a lot of those big forwards. And his shooting, it will get consistent as the years go on.
A nice shot by LeBron.
Willing to do whatever it takes to win. LeBron sacrificed his body on a nightly basis.
Doncic against LeBron. Luka Doncic again. Doncic has got 23.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Out to the right wing. Kuzma finds James. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. Kicks it out to James. From past the arc. Kept alive. Kuzma passes to James. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Doncic with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. Richardson's running. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
The Lakers making a switch here. Horton Tucker's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Dwight Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Richardson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Inside, and Harrell slams it in.
More of a score-first point guard, but Schroeder doing a good job of finding the open man.
Doncic against Schroeder. Doncic left side. And the dunk by Doncic.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
It sends a message that we're going to be aggressive no matter who's taking the shot.
Gasol passes to Horton Tucker. Here's LeBron. Harrell kicks to James. Harrell on the foul. Harrell's got 8.
This is Montrezl Harrell, strong offensive rebounder with the skill to make good on the second chance.
Here's Doncic. The shot missing. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Johnson comes in for Dwight Powell. Richardson, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Maxi Kleber in for Doncic. Finney-Smith kicks to Porzingis. Shot clock at 5. Shot left block. Rebound by Harrell. Lakers trail by 12. Here's Morris. Back to Matthews. Pass to Caruso. And again, the Lakers no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Mavericks leading by 12. Johnson in the corner. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Yeah, James Johnson off the drive. Big, strong, but also very skilled.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to McKinney. And here is Morris. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. And we always talk about getting good looks. Here's who's doing the best of it in the NBA. The 4th spot held by Montrezl Harrell.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Alex Caruso. Down low and stolen by Harrell. And they're pushing it up. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Morris finds Schroeder. Lakers passing it around. Morris into the lane. The pass to Harrell. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Porzingis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Mavericks lead by 16. Don't go anywhere. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Passes it to Kleber. Outside Hardaway. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Mavericks leading by 18. Brunson scanning the floor. Pass to Kleber. Pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Schroeder dishes to Antetokounmpo. Can't hit from in close. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. James checked in for Alfonso McKinney. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Matthews. Here's Doncic. That one goes. Count it. Doncic has got 29.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Morris finds James. Back to Morris. Here's Caldwell Pope. To the middle. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting. And now, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Doncic with it. And the dunk by Doncic.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Trey Burks checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Inside, Cauley Stein's shot is good.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Lakers working the ball around now. Here's James. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame. Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
And with the frequency of three-point shots skyrocketing, Greg, does the drastic change concern you? And should something be done to lessen the dependence these teams have on threes?
It's crazy. I mean, we're starting to see teams take more threes than twos. You know, some have said maybe limit fouls on three-pointers to only 2 free throws. That might eliminate some of the flopping on those long-range attempts, but I really feel like this is the evolution of the game, and that three is going to be vital.
The shot's good. Doncic has got 18 points just in the second half.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Mavericks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Luka Doncic.
I thought he did a good job of filling out the defense early on. Then once he found his groove, he stayed aggressive throughout. This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
That shot missing. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. 19 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Porzingis with the steal. Kuzma against Doncic. From deep three-point range. No good that time. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. A resounding victory for David. Thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
And so that's a short turnaround. You don't have that much time to play with him. And so I played maybe two.
The Margaret Hunt-Hill Bridge. Here are the five for the Clippers. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, the main weapon in Doncic's attack, he really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
Beverly with the ball. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Batum passes to Leonard. Misses the three. And the Mavericks with possession. Kleber with the bucket. You know how this goes, Clark. Some guys check the standings every morning. Others won't look at it at all. They'll try to avoid it. What was your approach?
Well, you know, we were struggling as a team during my time in the NBA with the Pacers, so I wasn't doing too much standing watching. But for those guys that are thinking about it, it varies. Individuals look at it differently. I would be a guy who wouldn't want to see it all the time. That's like getting on the scale every day. That wouldn't serve me too well.
Al Richardson, Paul George missing from long range. Now the pass to Doncic. The shot off that time. Great D that time from Batum. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And it's Beverly missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And denied. He sends it right off the glass. On the wing, Doncic. Second shot opportunity, and that's 2 points on the layup. Doncic has got his second bucket of the night.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Back to Beverly, and Leonard has it in the corner. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Doncic outside. And the dunk by Doncic.
Doncic showing you his smarts there because he really sized up the situation and took advantage of what the defense gave him.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of us, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Here's Batum. After Luka Doncic's bucket, passes it to George. Over in the corner, Batum. Three-pointer. Porzingis with the rebound. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. James Johnson's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Clippers trail by 8. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
George from deep three-point land. No good on the three.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
Now, here is Ibaka. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Brunson scanning the floor. Porzingis high post. He can't get that one. Good work defensively by Ibaka. Here's Leonard, and he makes good on the layup. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of him.
Here's Richardson, banked in off the glass.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside. getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
James Johnson is out there with Powell. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Brunson in at the 1. So that's who Dallas starts the second with.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And the wide open shot from Morris drains the three-pointer. Morris has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Williams against Brunson. The Clippers grab the miss. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
Pass to Cauley-Stein. Now here's Zubac. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Jackson passes to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Brunson kicks to Johnson. Zubac against Cauley-Stein. 6 to shoot. Here's Brunson. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Kennard, the pass to Williams. Back to Morris. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Kennard wide open. He shoots, but they get it back. Zubac finds Jackson. Kennard for 3. Rebound by Johnson.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Clippers trail by 7. Hardaway with the steal. Here's Cauley-Stein. Misses from close range.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Pass to Jackson. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
Brunson kicks to Johnson. 1:43 left in the first half. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field. So for Dallas, their last game, a loss to the 76ers in Philadelphia. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. The Clippers also changing it up. Batum comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. They grabbed their own miss. Nice shot by Porzingis.
Porzingis doing a nice job using that length to clean up the glass nicely.
Clippers trail by 7. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Morris. Los Angeles with another miss. For Dallas, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Nice shot by Porzingis.
You know, he started slow, but now in the second quarter, he's finding his groove.
Now Beverly. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Zubats over in the corner. Batum drills the three-pointer. Batum's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
The timing by Batum, really good at recognizing when to fire off the catch.
And the dunk by Doncic.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. No one covering.
And Beverly is very consistent from outside, solid at hitting the 3 ball when given the opportunity to shoot it.
Here's Doncic, 2 on the clock, and the layup is up and in. Doncic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And that concludes the first half.
Thanks, Rick. What do you like about how your team is playing tonight?
Shot making was there. We're not turning it over. We're doing a pretty good job defensively.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 12 points and 1. That's all for now.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Jackson is out there at Patrick Beverly. Then there's Batum. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Ibaka in at the center, locking down the middle.
Once Porzingis gets some momentum, just get out of the way.
There's the pass to Beverly. And here is Ibaka. Beverly with the ball. Out to the right wing. Outside for Jackson. A 3 from Morris. Here's Ibaka, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Doncic against Beverly. Now, here's Doncic. Not a lot of room. The shot comes out. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 7-point differential. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
And where Finney-Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney-Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Out to Morris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3. The Clippers keep it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Dwight Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds in this game. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Doncic dishes to Cauley Stein. And the call on the shot. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving in, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Here's Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Batum finds Ibaka. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws. Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Back to Brunson. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter of the game. No coverage that time. Brunson's got 5.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
George with no one around, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And that kind of awareness from George is really exceptional, catching the defense flat-footed by rising up immediately on the catch.
There's 47 seconds left to play in the third. Hardaway with a wide-open look. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And George, here we go. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Here's Cauley Stein. Here's the 3. Burke can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 4. To the inside. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George. Leonard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Passes it to Cauley Stein. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Cauley Stein, a serviceable shooter at the line. Let's see if he can make them count.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
There's Williams with the 3, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Mavericks lead by 3. And we'll get... Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's see what he had to say.
Come on, we got to have some presence down there.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Jim Hardaway Jr. out there with Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. Kleba against George. Comes up empty down low. Mavericks leading by 3. Richardson, no luck. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks in Milwaukee. They're in the midst of this long 6-game road trip. That will be game 4. And the Mavericks making a change here. Doncic is checked in. Kennard for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Kennard's gone 1 for 5 from the field, 20%. Doncic against George. Doncic passes to Porzingis. It's good. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
Boy, that is grown man ammonia strength from Porzingis there. How can defenders stop that?
Pass to Williams. It's George on the wing. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. From the arc. The three-pointer is right on target. George has got 11 in the second half.
He wasn't able to get his name in the score sheet in the first half, but he looks like he's starting to find his comfort zone here.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
On the wing, Williams. Pass to Morris. In the corner, George with it. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Morris. Doncic passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
He's just letting it all hang out, guys. When Porzingis is in a groove like this, he just keeps putting it on you.
And there's the pass to Williams. The feed to Leonard. And he's fouled pretty hard on that. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Mavericks?
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly comes in for Williams. It's stolen by Ibaka. Looking for Beverly, he gets it there. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And despite being a little guy, Beverly knows how to step up big. Terrific at delivering when his team needs an important basket.
To the paint. Porzingis kicks to Finney Smith. Passes to Doncic. Here's Kleba. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Ibaka. George with the ball. And it's Richardson picking him up. And George gets it to go.
Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Pass to Porzingis. In the corner, it's Kleba. Pass to Finney Smith. Now Doncic. Kicks it out to Richardson. 5 to shoot. And the shot is long.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. And neither can he.
And then George with the jam.
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
And here is Doncic. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And by Beverly. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. Money.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Doncic outside. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. It's good. And that shot brings them to within just one.
But you know what, guys? You want the ball in Porzingis' hands in clutch moment. Why? He's an impact player.
George finds Ibaka.
And they do have a foul to give.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Yes!
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
And so here are the Clippers. Here's Porzingis. Oh, no good. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. This win, such a tremendous... All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
You meet me at the top, baby.
Hey man, let's get it, man.
So the first big question I have to ask both of you, and I'll start with you, Ty. Who's the bigger trash talker between you two? Because I know you guys have faced off before in the past.
Well, now we get a chance to check out some stats for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the 2. And for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
And here is Doncic. He's coming off a 19-point game against Philadelphia.
Yeah, but his shot blocking was a factor as well. 3 on the game, just a major presence on the D.
Three-pointer, Lillard gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 5 now. Emphasizing the importance of a deep bench. A few teams, Doris, across the league are riddled with injuries right now.
And this is where your front office has to find a way to be successful year after year. And players over the course of a season maybe won't play for 5, 6, 7, 8 games, and then an injury opens an opportunity, and you have to have a high level of professionalism at the end of the bench to endure these moments.
Here's Doncic. Good D by Covington.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
Doncic feeling it out. Porzingis, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. It's rebounded by Doncic.
That was their first miss of the game. 4 for 5 right now. What a good start.
And Covington sends it back.
Tremendous anticipation from Robert Covington. Sends it back.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Now, here's Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game, so many offensive skills in his toolkit. And the Mavericks with some changes. James Johnson's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. Here's Trent. The pass to Carmelo. Lays it up and banks it in.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Mavericks trail by 9. Pass to Richardson. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. Back to Richardson. Launches it. Hardaway. The second chance points on the tip in.
Well, I think Hardaway Jr. has the kind of athleticism that allows him to be a contributor on the backboards.
And Lillard kicks to Jones. Kicks it out to Lillard. Beyond the arc. Drills it from outside. Lillard's got 10.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Richardson, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Enes Kanter. The Mavericks shooting their first free throws here for the night. That's good from Richardson. And the Mavericks making a change here. Powell's checked in. Rodney Hood's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. Here's Simons. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And a wide open look for Hood. Off target from three-point range. Mavericks trail by 8. Anthony with it. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. And Kanter throws it down.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now, here's Richardson, who's coming off a 13-point game against Philadelphia.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for James Johnson. And Richardson drops them both. 34 seconds left to play here in the first. Simons, the pass to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Here's Cauley-Stein. No good on that one. Excellent D there from Anthony. Jones drives in. Wow, hammering it in!
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
You can see the kind of confidence Hardaway has in his shot.
Got it to fall! It went down! He got it to fall!
He did it!
Oh, and so it's the Portland Trail Blazers. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense.
I look to the times where
Greggy's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Trailblazers have really been rolling, haven't they?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Dallas, we've got Jalen Brunson. Powell is out there with Doncic. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Cauley-Stein in at the 5 spot. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Jalen Brunson. Portland grabs the miss. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
You know what? There was a lot of standing around in that basketball game. Failing to move bodies and failing to move the basketball is a bad formula.
Here's Doncic. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
A different look now for Portland. Trent's checked in, and Damian Lillard subbed in for Fernie Simons. Doncic outside. Passes it to Finney-Smith. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got his second basket of the night.
Well, Luka Doncic has every skill necessary to be a difference maker on the boards. Let's begin with his great size.
He had a nice open look right there. And the Trailblazers lead by 15. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Trailblazers leading by 15. Outside, Covington. Out to Hood. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Covington passes to Hood. Clock at 6. Back to Covington. That shot, no good. Nice D from Doncic. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those 2 guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Richardson in for Hardaway. And a switch here also for Portland. Jones is checked in.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Johnson in the corner. Porzingis trying to get free. Dallas no good that time either. Portland leading by 13. Here's Lillard. Here's Trent. A second chance effort. Porzingis with the block.
This guy showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis a threat to block shots anywhere, anytime.
Over in the corner, Lillard. Here's Covington. Tries it again. That one off the back iron and out.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Right wing. On the wing, Johnson. There's the dish to Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Got a piece of it. Porzingis with the steal. And finished off by Doncic.
How about the finish from Luka Doncic? My goodness. Go ahead with the hammer.
Down low. Porzingis with the steal. To the inside. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Doncic.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back. Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Mavs.
Doncic against Lillard. High post try. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Doncic.
Well, you have got to take this shot away from Luka Doncic. He's too good to be given the mid-range look.
Lillard attacking to the wing right side. Takes a 3. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. And that's it. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He ended up with 15 points and 2 of them. And that.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
On the floor for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard. Stolen. Now Doncic. And the pass to Porzingis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Enes Kanter.
Boy, the aggressiveness in the paint from Porzingis, putting the onus on the officials to make a call. You've got to make them decision makers.
And both free throws good for Porzingis. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. Good on the three-point shot.
And how about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
Doncic passes to Porzingis, stolen by Kanter. And here we go, Trailblazers with a fast break. And he gets it to go. Trent's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, I love seeing Kanter distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
Doncic outside. In the corner, it's Kleber. Some nice passing here by Dallas. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Richardson. Off target with his 3.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion. The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Rodney Hood's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. Johnson outside. Can they get it? The rebound by Simons.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Knocks it loose. Hardaway with the steal. Burke with it. Kanter cover. Inside Hardaway. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Runs in the pass to call his stop. One-on-one fast break. Here's Simons. Off target at the rim.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Mavericks trail by 8. And it's blocked.
Encouraging to see Kanter trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
It's Cauley-Stein, top of the key. Runs in the pass to Burke. Back to Brunson. The 3. But they recover it. And Burke has it in the corner. Dallas, no good that time either.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Kanter. He's good with the little jumper in close. Kanter's got 10 points.
Remarkable focus from the big man. Kanter shields the ball perfectly, keeps it away from the defense on the drive.
Johnson kicks to Brunson. .135 left here in the third quarter. Inside. And now Portland on the break. Here's Hood. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. James Johnson's checked in for Powell, and Trey Burke subbed in for Luka Doncic.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Simons surveying the D. Outside Hood. Outside Anthony. No one near him. They get it again.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein. It's stolen by Little. Johnson with the block. Here's Burke. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
Anthony on the wing. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers going into the break with a 10-point lead. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Hardaway is out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And Lillard gets it to go. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. You think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleba, and Doncic is subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr.
And this is why people believe Porzingis is a long-term star in the NBA. He can carry a team for long stretches.
Cantor. Johnson with the block. Doncic outside to the middle. Johnson can't hit. Portland leading by 13. Here's Anthony. No good there. Nice D from Porzingis. Mavericks shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Richardson, no luck. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. From deep. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. Fast break, Dallas. Richardson's running. And he knocks down the first one. So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. And it's Derek Jones in for Anthony Simons.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Pass to Covington. Knocked away. It's stolen by Johnson. One-on-one here. Here's Doncic. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Lillard the pass to Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Doncic outside. From 12 feet out. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Well, Luka Doncic right now cooking. This guy's got his rhythm, and he's making it hard on the defense.
Lillard outside. Pass to Trent. Portland moving the ball around. And stolen by Richardson. Doncic outside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
This guy moves so well with the ball in his hands, and Doncic knows how to initiate contact and get himself to the line when he puts it on the deck.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. All free throws good from Doncic. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Down low, Covington. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got his 4th assist in this one.
Since Covington has arrived in the league, he has come such a long way in his overall game. Great interior work.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He wants them to maintain their balanced attack, but he told them they're doing a great job of finding space out in the perimeter, which has led to all those good shots. He likes the rhythm and the flow of this offense. He just told them, keep shooting it with confidence. Kevin?
Doncic against Lillard. Pass to Trent.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Lillard against Kleber. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Cantor. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him. 55 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Now here's Lillard. Inside. And there's Cantor on the assist by Lillard. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
To the inside, here's Lillard. Dishes it to Cantor, and the shot goes in.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
And here is Doncic. Great look, but off the mark.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.
Hondo is all about.
That's the match made in heaven for everybody in the comp community. My team, Pro-Am, like, they hear Ty's name from my team and my name just sparking around, like, let's see who's better when the money's on the line. That's what everybody wants to see. So I think this is going to help the community grow in the best way possible. Yeah.
And just about to get underway as the starting five. Welcome to 2K Sports Live. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Gasol at the center. And for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. Now, here's Doncic. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Now for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster. And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future. We're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
Now, here's Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
Here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 22-point game against Portland.
So many of his points came at the line. The D was trying to play him physical, and he just said, yeah, bring it on.
And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
They needed more fire and intensity tonight. Even if they don't win the battle of the boards, they have to put up a fight.
Under passes to Gasol. The pass to Caldwell-Pope, out to the wing. He dishes it to Gasol. Yep, that one goes in there.
And the interior game of Gasol. I mean, he's had a number of ways to score from it.
Doncic outside. Out left to the wing. Kleber, the pass to Porzingis. Back to Kleber. Shot clock at 6. Luka Doncic again. Doncic has got 8 points.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Over to the wing. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Caldwell-Pope. Gasol finds Kuzma. Now here's Caldwell-Pope. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Nice, and you can't forget about the bunnies on Caldwell-Pope. I mean, this guy is definitely looking to slam it down whenever he gets an opportunity.
Now, here's Doncic. He's coming off a 19-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And he didn't ignore the defensive aspect either. I mean, his 3 blocks tell that story.
Here's Schroeder. After Luka Doncic's bucket, Caldwell-Pope with a wide-open look. A 3-pointer off the mark. Doncic against Schroeder. Now, here's Doncic. Defense is right there.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Schroeder kicks to Kuzma. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks with some changes. James Johnson's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Dallas shooting their first free throws of the game right now. That one falls for Brunson. Powell, he's jacked in for Porzingis. And so he hits both. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Pass to James. And the dunk by James.
Oh, you can't give James a lane to the basket. He's exceptionally quick at attacking on the drive.
Mavericks leading by 3. Brunson scanning the floor. To the paint, here's Johnson, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Now, here is Morris. He feeds it to Harrell. Brunson against Morris. Here's Harrell. They shoot again. Kicks it out to James. To the middle. And Harrell slams it in.
Look at Morris break down the defense on this play. If they leave one of his guys open, he's going to get it to him fast.
Here's Richardson. Here's Powell. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Lakers trail by 3. Here's James. It's deflected and out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Caruso. And again, no good by the Lakers. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Can't connect from short range. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Morris with the ball. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Dallas gets called for the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Mavericks, Jalen Brunson out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5, roaming the paint. Doncic, no good. Got a piece of it. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, in that one, they just locked it down defensively. Challenged shots and really protected the rim.
Well, they certainly made their presence felt on defense. They were active and rejected a number of shots.
The Mavericks trailing. And Doncic, here we go. Here's Powell. Second chance shot. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
Here's Caruso. LeBron with it. Now defended by Cauley Stein. He gets that one. LeBron's got the lead up to 3 now for the Lakers.
They are just killing them on the interior. And LeBron James still the face of the league as he goes into his mid-30s. The impact he's had on this sport is really immeasurable.
Come on, Jerry. I mean, he's one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. I mean, it's scary to think that LeBron can still turn it on and take over when he needs to. And you know what? Playoff LeBron is a very real thing.
Nice passing here by Los Angeles. LeBron kicks to Harrell. Back to LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. And James throws it down.
Oh, powerful presence on the court. It's hard to match James' strength inside.
Powell finds Brunson. Doncic outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Clearly a foul.
Dallas shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. To the right side. Schroeder passes to Caldwell Pope. That one doesn't drop. Nice D from Doncic. The Mavericks have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Outside, Porzingis. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
The drive by Schroeder. Count that one. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Lakers have possession. Lakers leading by 3. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, you really like seeing Caldwell Pope earning these calls on the shot. I mean, it makes him that much more difficult to guard.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. James Johnson's checked in for the Mavericks. And Caldwell Pope drops them both. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Doncic against Schroeder. And again, Dallas turns it over. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Here's Horton Tucker. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. A nice shot by Gasol.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Mavericks trail by 7. Doncic outside. Passes it to Porzingis. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Caldwell Pope. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Oh, the blinding speed of Caldwell Pope is virtually impossible to match up with in transition. He just gets down the floor so incredibly quick.
Here's Doncic. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Caldwell Pope outside. Back to Schroeder. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Horton Tucker. Gasol kicks to Caldwell Pope. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers lead by 5. And now we'll send it. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. Some good action during the period. Thanks for joining.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Carroll is out there with Kyle Kuzma. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Caruso in at the point guard position.
Just fantastic to have a scorer like Caldwell-Pope, a guy who can let it rain from any spot on the floor.
Porzingis kicks to Kleber. On the wing, Doncic. He's defended by Harrell. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. To the left wing. To the inside. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. We've got a moment now to see the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. These are the top shooters in the league. The fourth spot held by Montrezl Harrell.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith, and it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Over in the corner, Caldwell-Pope. And the pass to Caruso. Back to Gasol. Pass to Caruso. Clock at 6. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Porzingis. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Richardson's got his second basket.
On the drive, Richardson looks unstoppable. Contact doesn't trip him up for a second.
Hardaway against Kuzma. Passes it to Caruso. Inside. For 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Here's Caruso, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. The first one falls. A different look for Dallas. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. And James Johnson is subbed in for Josh Richardson. And the Lakers making a change here. Both good from the line that time. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Brunson against Kuzma. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
And a moment here now to see the numbers for LeBron James. Just an incredible month of basketball. Putting up about 25 points per game, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
Gasol kicks to Caruso. Out to Kuzma. LeBron James on the wing. A three-pointer, no good.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Offensive rebound. Finney-Smith. Pass to Hardaway. The drive by James. And James throws it down hard.
Oh, come on. Hall of Fame athleticism and ability. James has no problem throwing it down in style.
Here's Powell. Gasol with the defensive effort.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. That'll get the whole team pumped up.
Yep, that one goes. Now it's a 6-point Laker lead.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Thompson with it. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Now Hardaway. And the dunk by Powell.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Here's James. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Over to the wing. There's the 3. Caruso grabs the miss. Lakers leading by 6. Kuzma left side for the 3. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Dallas. And there's the foul. There you go on Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. Doncic. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. Here's Schroeder. No good on the last second attempt there. And we've reached the end of the third. Lakers ahead, leading by 6. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his...
Keep playing! Take turnovers out of the game!
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but defensively, neither side has been able to adjust, and that's reflected in the score.
Fast break, here we go. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Excellent court awareness. James has always had terrific instincts as a playmaker.
Doncic outside. And the rejection by Harrell. Here's Caldwell Pope, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And Caldwell Pope just blows past defenders with his speed. Just a sensational finisher all around the bucket.
Here's Doncic. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and he's gotten to his spots and capitalized. He just needs a little more help from his teammates.
And the dunk by James.
And the way James dominates on the offensive end, making it look effortless tonight.
Here's Doncic. Rebound the Lakers. LeBron's got 5 rebounds tonight. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope for 3. The shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Banked in off the glass. Doncic has got 4 points this quarter.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Now the pass to Schroeder. The drive by James. Porzingis with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Kleber.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
Mavericks making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
Kicks it out to Richardson. And stolen by James. Schroeder dishes to Caldwell Pope. Morris passes to Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Los Angeles with another miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Richardson. LA has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Caldwell Pope finds Harrell. It's LeBron with the drive. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
The biggest fear any opponent has, I mean, watching LeBron go to work inside, I mean, you know what the results are going to be.
Doncic, no good. Lakers leading by 9. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. He hits the first one, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
Oh, you love how effortless James makes this game look. Everything comes easy to him.
Marcus All's checked in for Los Angeles. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Morris. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists now in this one.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a guy you can leave alone. Not if you have any hope of closing the gap.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
On its way from Caldwell Pope for 2. Had the space there, but it's offline. Hardaway with it. He's picked up by James. Hardaway kicks to Porzingis. 2 free throws, and so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Hardaway.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
And Caldwell Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. Just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
And the Lakers making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Gasol. Dudley comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Alfonso McKinney's checked in for James. And it's Matthews in for Dennis Schroeder. Porzingis against Matthews. Porzingis can't hit. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Outside, Antetokounmpo for 3. Caldwell Pope. It's rebounded by Dallas. Here's Brunson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
Caldwell Pope passes to Dudley. Lets the 3 fly. Misses. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge,